Hello everyone, welcome to our fourth session of MySQL database training. So in this session, till now what we have seen the theoretical sessions where we covered what is MySQL, the versions of MySQL, editions which are present, which is the community and enterprise editions of MySQL, the MySQL client server architecture, the popular storage engines. We have not covered all the storage engines, but the popular storage engines which are InnoDB and MyISM, the MySQL server logs, which are general query log, binary logs, relay logs, then slow query logs, these things. The MySQL socket file, InnoDB tablespaces, files per tablespace, the system tablespaces, the MySQL default database schemas, which are the performance schema, the information schema, the sys schema, and also the MySQL schema. Also, we have seen some new features in MySQL 8.0. In this session, we'll be installing MySQL and the version will be 5.7.35. Why we are installing 5.7.35 rather than 8? Because the steps to install MySQL 8 and 5.7 are same. But to proceed with our next chapters where we will be seeing the upgradation also, for that we are installing MySQL 5.7 so that we can upgrade it to MySQL 8. So without wasting much time, let us proceed with our practical session. So here we are in our MySQL server, and in here I am in MySQL user, and I have created a mount point with MySQL database. So in here only we will be performing the installation and we will be proceeding with the steps. So let us check our plan. What we are doing in here, we will be installing the MySQL binaries in MySQL database product binary. So I need to make this directory available. So this is done. The next is we need to make a directory where I can keep my my.cnf files. So that one will be admin. So what is my.cnf file? My.cnf file is something, if you know Oracle, then it will be better for you to understand. Anyways, my.cnf file is the parameter file with which MySQL will come to know with what all parameters it will start the instance. So MySQL my.cnf file is similar to your init.ora or your sp file. Similarly, we will be making a directory for logs where our error logs will be present, one directory for our temp, one directory for our data where our table spaces will be residing. InnoDB, since we will be installing the with the default storage engine as InnoDB, and one path for our bin logs. So let me just copy this and create these directories over here. So these are done. Now what I need to do, I need to go in here, and I do not have anything right now. What I need to do, first of all, you need to go to Google and type here MySQL. Since I'm installing 5.7.35, so MySQL 5.7.35 download. Get in here, open it, and in here select the operating system. I'm taking Linux generic since I will be installing in our Linux data server. I'm taking it as 64-bit, and from here I can, let me go to download. And if you want to log in as Oracle, you can log in with your Oracle web account, and you can start the download. What I will do, I will just copy this link address and paste it in here. So what it will be doing, it will be downloading the file. I'll pause the video until this is downloaded. So my tar file for MySQL binaries has been downloaded. So it is in here. So next in what I need to do, I need to untar it. With not only just untarring it, since this is a gzip file, as you can see in here, .gz is the extension, I need to unzip and untar. So the command is tar-zxvf, then the file name. So this is right now, it is untarring this. And once these are untarred, you can see another directory being created. So I'll pause the video until this is untarred. So this is now untarred. I can see it from here. Now the path is MySQL database product binary and then MySQL hyphen 5.7.35 hyphen Linux hyphen glibc2 hyphen 12 hyphen x86 underscore 64. So this one is a bit difficult for everyone to remember. So what we can do in here, we can make a soft link of this. So this is the soft link created, and in here you can get all these files. Now next thing what we need to do, we need to create the instance. But how do we create an instance? We do not have any parameter file, right? So before creating the instance, we need to create a parameter file. So at the beginning of our session, what did we say? The parameter file will be something name, means I'm giving here my name, so it should be something is star.cnf. .cnf is the extension. Like in your Oracle database, you have your parameters files with .ora extension. Like the similar way, in here, your system parameter file ends with .cnf. One more thing, why I gave this name test. This test is the instance name which we are taking in here. Okay, so means it should be like this. Basically, whatever name you want, you can give it in here. Now let me just put the name over here, and as I said, I'm giving it in admin directory. So let me just create it, and in here what all things I'm giving: the port number, the socket file, we already covered what is the socket file, error log file, the max allowed packages, so these are the some of the parameters, the sort buffer size, the base directory. So the base directory, this should be different, this should be MySQL database product, right? The temp directory, the data directory, the default storage engine which I am mentioning it in here, which is InnoDB. I am keeping the bin log on. If you want, you do not need to keep the bin log on, but I'm keeping it in here because we will be seeing with this database only, we will be creating our replica database too. Next, the InnoDB home directory. I'm giving two data files, one with 200 MB and the other with 200 MB and auto extend. So InnoDB buffer pool size, everything is mentioned in here. So let me just copy paste these and keep it in our my.cnf file. So it is here. Now next thing, we need to initialize the installation. So from where do we need to do it? With our MySQL database home directory. So currently we are in our home directory, which is this one, right? And from here I need to fire the command from bin mysqld and the default file, which is my.cnf file. You can give it here my.cnf, test.cnf or my-test.cnf, anything. Then initialize with user MySQL. So let me fire this command. So right now it is installing the MySQL. This won't be taking much time. It will be creating soon. And in here you can see that a temporary password is generated for root at the local host. So we got this password. Remember to keep this password safe with you until and unless you are changing it. Now is my instance up and running? It shouldn't. So what do I need to do? I need to start my instance. So how do I do it? Similarly, you need to go in here, MySQL database product binary, and then the version name, which is the soft link, and from there from bin MySQL safe, I will be starting the instance first with my defaults file. Okay, so let me just clear the screen so that it will be easier for you to understand, and also change the settings a bit. So with this, I need to start my MySQL instance. MySQL save starting, MySQL daemon with database this, and this is started right now. Let me check it. So you can see that my MySQL process is right now it's running. Next, what we need to do, we need to proceed with changing the root password. As we already saw that a temporary root password was created for this. So we need to change that for our admin perspective. So what I need to do, log in to the database first. The password being, let me just copy it from here. So this is the password and I'm logged in. Now what do I need to do? I need to change the root password. So what is the command? Alter user root at the localhost. Since this is for root user localhost, I need to change the command and I'm giving the password as MySQL for this so that it's easier for me to remember. Remember, you should not keep easier password for your production or any work environment. So this is done. Now let me log in with MySQL. So this is logged in. Next, what we need to see, show databases. This is the command from where you can see how many databases are running. So these are the default databases which comes. If you need to create another database, create database test. So one database is created. Now we need to log into this test database. How will you do it? Use test. So right now you are in this test database. Now you need to see how many users are there in this database. Select. So how will you see it? With the command, with the table mysql dot user. These many things are available in here. Select user, comma host, comma, if you need the privileges to see, you can check it from here. Then authentication string, and if you need something else also you can take. This authentication string will be coming in is the password, which will be in binary format from mysql.user. You can see here that there are 3 users created with host as localhost. What does this mean? This means that this root user, if you are trying to log in from some other system, from some other server, you won't be able to log in with the credentials also, because this user has privileges from this server only, and this is for all of this. So let me create one more user, create test, create user test, my bad, it should be in single quotes. Let me create one more user and another user. Now let me check what all users are present in here. You can see there are 3 users present in here with the name test. So you might be thinking why I have created 3 users separately. This is to show you how the connection string works in here. This user test with percentage as host means from anywhere, from any place you can log into, means from any server anywhere. If the ports are open, you can log into this database with the credentials. Okay, this user, this local host with this user with localhost string, this one can connect only from this user, from this server itself, means our this server where the instance is running. And this user test, this one will be connecting only from 172.168.190.225, this host only. So you can restrict the connections, means if you do not want everyone from anywhere to log into this server, you can restrict the connections with giving the IP addresses. So this is what, that's why I created this. You can go ahead with test with percentage, you can go ahead with jack with localhost, you can go ahead with jill user with this IP address. So I hope till now I'm able to clear about this strings. Next, how we will see bin logs. So bin logs, I have enabled it in here. We should means if it's a standalone database, there's no need of enabling the bin logs. These are needed basically for your replication servers. If you are having my master or master slave replications, then only it is needed. But since we will be proceeding in our next sessions with master slave configuration, so I have created this. So you can see in here that the bin logs are available. Okay, so next is error logs. So how will you see where's the error logs present? With the command this, select at the right. So error log is present in here. So let me log check what all things are there in the log. You can see there are many things written to the log. From there you need to find out if there are any errors or not. Similar parallelly, you can do one thing with MySQL dump. Also you can proceed with checking, since it is there are many things been recorded it in here. So with MySQL dump you can go ahead and check the error logs during any issues, if any issue arises with your database. Next comes general query log. So is my general log enabled? No, this is not enabled because the output is 0. So I need to enable it. So the command is set global, means that globally I need to set the general log. That's why set global general log equals to on. Now let me run this. You can see it is 1, which means it is on right now. And where this general log resides, it resides in here. Okay, can we see anything in here? Nothing is much present in here. So general log, to check general log you need to go to MySQL database and then select star from general log. This is the table. So in this table everything will be written. So you can see in here, see whatever things happen till now, everything is written here. It's the last field, which is the queries. Since this is the, see here we raise some queries, select global variables like general and all, and then at last also again we raise this. Now if I write again, so you can see twice it came, similarly thrice it came. So these things are written in this general log. We already had a discussion on what is general log and what are these things. Next, slow query logs. If you need to know what is slow query log, what is general log and all, please go through our previous sessions, which were theoretical sessions. Although those were a bit boring because it's means we are practical guys who every time we proceed with our practical setups and all. But before proceeding with the practical session, you should be knowing what is what is the architecture. Without knowing architecture, no one can proceed with anything, right? That's why we are showing this. So slow query logs, similarly this slow query log is also not enabled in here. To enable this we need to give it as 1, and now it is enabled. Now where this slow query log is present, you can put the command, you find the command slow global variables like percentage slow. With this you can see it. Now one more thing which we didn't see till now is what all the engines available in this MySQL, and what is the default engine, how to see it. With the command show engines, in here you can see InnoDB. With this InnoDB the support comes as default. So in our this instance InnoDB is the default in storage engine which we are taking. And you can see here we already saw for InnoDB and MyISM during our popular storage engines theoretical session. You can see it's given here supports transactions, row level lock-in and foreign keys. And you can see the rest of the engines like MRG underscore MyISM, which is a collection of identical MyISM tables, CSV engine, black hole, then archive, memory, federated. You can see the support, whether those are supported or not. Yes, those are supported, but federated is not supported. This federated MySQL engine is not supported in here. So we have seen the MySQL installation and the basic commands of MySQL, how to proceed with. In our next session, we'll be seeing how to proceed with taking a backup and restoring them. These things will be seen in our next session, and after which we'll be seeing the replication and then upgradation. In the upgradation, we'll be upgrading our replication database, means slave and master. These will be upgraded. So we'll be concluding our sessions like that. Hope you have liked the session till now. Please stay with us and do comment if you need anything more, and please do like, share and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching the session. Take care.